So, our next speaker, I think, has a very difficult job for two reasons. Firstly, I like free games, and advertising pays for those free games. And Nick is going to, somewhat controversially, tell us why advertising sucks. Secondly, on a more personal level, I didn't have breakfast this morning, and I've been up since about 5 a.m, and I am very hungry. And no doubt you good people are hungry too. So, standing between us and some food
is me.
This guy.
I'll try and keep. I was actually going to say, I know you guys must be all starving, so I'm going to try and keep this as brief as I can. Thank you, Lester. Right. So hi, my name's Nick Hatter, and I'm the founder and CEO of giftgaming, which is a new in-game advertising platform, and I'll talk about a bit more about that in a minute. So basically, just to give you some background, we were the overall winner of TechCrunch London Meetup, and we got featured in TechCrunch by the famous Mike Butcher. And we then pitched at, I pitched at TechCrunch Startup Battlefield, which was in front of 2,000 people. And I'm pleased to say we're also supported by Accelerate Cambridge, which is a program at the Cambridge Judge Business School. So that's the article that we got published about us. It says 370 shares there. That's actually a lie. There's another article about us which got 4,000 shares. And this is us featured in Management Today. Management Today ask, has a UK startup finally cracked how to make money from mobile gaming? Which is quite a powerful statement for them to make. And there's me featured in Wired. So Wired asked me, what technology do I think is exciting? And I said, I think Apple iBeacon is pretty cool. I mean, you're walking past a sensor and it can perform an action on an app. Now, obviously, you could use this in gaming. Why can't you walk into a Starbucks and then Starbucks decide to give you a power up in that game? That would be great for retention as also monetization. So these are all the games I've built. So I actually used to be an indie game developer. I started dabbling in Dark Basic, then Unity, and then Marmalade. So these are all the games I actually built, but this is the only game I've actually ever published. And it's only got like 500 installs. So, okay, it's not too bad. I made a whole 99 cents in profit. So. That's really chuffed about that. But that was a simple game where the screen flashed white, and then you touch the screen, and it's a reaction time game. Dead simple. So this brings me on to my first pitfall I find about indie developers, which is thinking it has to be perfect. So that's something I learnt, and the same thing applies if you're a startup or if you're an indie developer. I think we're both the same. Indie developers, startups, we're both hungry. We both want to make something, and usually we don't have a lot of money or a lot of food. So that's the first pitfall. Second pitfall is evenly splitting the equity. So some of you in here, maybe you've already got a team, maybe you're thinking of starting a game studio. Generally everyone isn't equal, unfortunately. Some people are going to spend more time than others. Some people are going to take bigger risks. And some people might even be more skilled, have better experience. So, this is why I think this is a really bad idea, and I've seen it happen time and time again. People, even if it's like two people, splitting it 50-50, one of them, goes full time on it, the other one is like nowhere to be found. Next pitfall is letting people walk off with equity. Again, I think that's a really bad idea. And one of the ways you can avoid this is by having what's called a vesting schedule. So you say, okay, every year you're with the company, you'll accrue, this much equity. But if you leave before a year, you leave with no equity. Again, I'm saying this, I'm actually talking from experience. I won't go into details, but I know people who this has happened to, unfortunately. No formal IP ownership. Okay, so it needs to be, if you're going to form a company with a bunch, group of game developers and designers, you need to make it clear that the company owns the IP rather than the individual. Because otherwise, if they leave, they might say, "Oh, by the way, all that code I wrote for you, all that stuff I designed for you. Yeah, you can't use it. It belongs to me." So again, that's something you need to consider. I think focusing too much time on competitions is also bad. Something I learned as a startup. I mean, I did a lot of competitions. Obviously, TechCrunch is a massive exception because that gets a lot of publicity. But I think generally you should try and prioritize on the things that are important, and actually focus on getting players rather than winning competitions. That's what I would say. Not sleeping or exercising enough. Okay, keep your mind fresh. Get enough sleep. One of my mentors told me that creative people suffer the most if they don't get enough sleep. And obviously, good games come from great creativity. And again, exercising. Just keeping the oxygen flowing is good for creativity. Not pursuing your passion. It sounds kind of obvious, but I think you need to be doing what you genuinely love. So if you love making money, fine. Make a casual game. Stick loads of ads in it. Or maybe you want critical acclaim. And maybe that appeals to you, don't you? We don't all have to come billionaires like King. But yeah, ultimately, just do what you're passionate about. I know it sounds obvious, but really. And then another pitfall is thinking you can do everything. And this is something I've learned. I was a sole founder before I got my team together. You cannot do everything. It's really, really, you have to be very, very multi-talented. But even so, there are only so many hours in the day. And you need to sleep. You need to spend time with your family. Sir Paul Judge, the founder of the Judge Business School at Cambridge, talked about juggling balls. And, your health is made of glass. Your family is made of glass. Your business is made of rubber. So basically, the business can go up and down, but, you only get one shot at your health and you only get one shot at your relationships. So just keep that in mind. This is another pitfall I've seen time and time again, is thinking your live demo will actually work. So video is usually preferable. I know TechCrunch forced me to do a live demo. I was like, please don't make me do a live demo. And they were like, no, you have to do a live demo. This is TechCrunch. This is how we do it. And, we've never had a technical failure. And actually, one of the startups who did do a demo, they ended up showing a photo of one of the founders with this woman. Hopefully that woman was his girlfriend or his wife, or he's in a lot of trouble. Another pitfall is listening to naysayers. I mean, when I first started gift gaming, someone came up to me and said, why the hell would a game company or a brand come to you when they can just build this thing themselves? And I like to think I'm proving that person wrong, as now we've got a ton of brands in our sales funnel, and we've now got more game publishers coming to us saying, we love this idea. When can you have an SDK ready for us? Finally, the last pitfall is not taking constructive criticism on board. So just because someone says, oh, I think you could improve this or tweak this, they're not hating on you personally. It's just the thing you've built, and you need to try and separate yourself from your project. I know it's easy to become emotionally attached. I know I'm emotionally attached to my company. I'm wearing the t-shirt, I've got the stickers, but it's important to realize that it's not necessarily criticism of you. So, ads suck, or ads can suck. So we are an in-game advertising company, but this is one of our slogans. And as you can see here, you've got an obtrusive video advert in your face saying, your game will continue after this. Maybe you might have a banner ad, but gift gaming allows you to get rid of all of that, and instead you just have a subtle gift icon. The player's going to think, there's a gift icon there, should I tap it? And if you tap it, it basically shows you what's inside the gift. So I'll just see if I can get the browser open. There we are, Safari. Oh, there we are on Safari now. Okay, yep. Let's get to gift gaming. Right. So that's what it looks like when you've opened the gift. So the player taps the gift icon, and as we can see, the brand gives the player some virtual currency and a coupon. And it's that simple, basically. They don't have to save the coupon. If they click close, they still get the gift. If they click save the passbook, they can save this coupon in 2 clicks. There's no email address required, and we also support Android. And this is a nice way to monetize your games unintrusively. And I'm sure some of your games already have a gifting mechanism for retention, so you might as well try and monetize that. And these are our launch partners, Bass Buds, who is a luxury headphone brand. They've kindly asked us to do a trial with Gift Gaming with their brand, so we're really excited about that. We've also got Marmalade's blessing and support, and that's part of the reason why I'm actually here, because I know some of the marketing team quite well. And yeah, we've just licensed this to Fluid Games. I don't know if any of you know Fluid Football, but it's a very popular Marmalade game, which now has 6 million, nearly 6 million downloads, I believe. And yeah, again, they want to find a way to unintrusively monetize their game. So we're hopefully going to be launching Gift Gaming with Fluid Football very soon. So the way you'd integrate Gift Gaming is, it's a simple callback thing where you just say, okay, here is my function, this is what I want to do when the gift is ready, this is what I want to do when the gift is opened, etc. So this is very similar to how other ad SDKs look in Marmalade. And then, what we then do is we then provide you access to our low-level API. So, you can implement your own rendering, you can implement your own UI control, and basically we want you to make Gift Gaming very integrated into your game, make it look native, and, very fluid and very nice. So, yeah, you can have gift close button, a gift open button, gift save, and you just have to call the relevant API calls. So how you set this up is you go on the Gift Gaming dashboard, you specify your gifts. It's a little bit like Apple Connect, how you'd set up your in-app purchases. And then you can actually pick what brands you want in your game, which I think is quite powerful, because I know there's some ad networks where they don't give you this kind of control. For all you know, they might be advertising, I don't know, payday loans, and I just don't think that's a great fit for your games. All of you in this room, I dare say, put a lot of effort into your games, and I really do sympathise that as a game developer myself. So this is the feedback we got from Fluid Games. They wanted to compile from Windows, they want to use their own rendering, and they want to use their own UI input. We tried to do all this before. We tried to anticipate what they wanted, etc. And this is again going back to how you would approach this as a game developer. You need to release early. You need to release something, right? Anything. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work. It doesn't have to be perfect. The point is you need the feedback to improve, and it's impossible to anticipate what all the issues are going to be. So these are the three things I've learned is, stop anticipating, release early, and listen to feedback. Again, it's not a criticism of you, it's just a criticism of that particular feature or the thing that doesn't quite work. I remember the first time Fluid Games used our dashboard, they couldn't get their API key, But obviously we fixed that, and I'm really grateful that they took the time to report this bug to us. So yeah, I'm pleased to say now our SDK is now at version 2, and if you guys want to try it out in your game, let me know. We've got a number of brands lined up who also want to try this out. So if you go to our website, giftgaming.com/beta, you can sign up there, or feel free to find me in the lunch break. I'll give you my business card, and we can talk further about how we can unintrusively monetize your games. So thank you very much, and I'm sure you're all really starving for some lunch.